I'd like to call this February 9th work session of Board of Education to order. If you will all please bow your head in a moment of silence. You'll join me for the pledge to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, no special recognition. What about public participation? None? All right. Now we move down to approval of our agenda for the evening. Do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Henderson Baker and Mr. Trey Bailey. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, it passes. Approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Ms. Henderson Baker?
Second.
Second, Mr. Anderson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, superintendent's report.
Yes, ma'am, Madam. Good evening to you, members of the board, Madam Superintendent. In the financial report, the special purpose local option for education sales tax 5 distribution for December was $1,638,681, which is an increase of $276,995 from the previous month. The average for the first 10 months of collections is $1,385,122. Item 2, the title ad valorem collection for December was $514,391. And finally, expenditures are within budget at 55.12% expended, with 58.33% of the year complete. And the board financials for January are also there for review. And that is the financial report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions from our board members? All right, moving on, strategic plan.
Good evening, Madam Chair. This feels good to welcome you. Not that I'm saying anything about the old chair, but I'm just saying that, let me clean that up. But welcome, Madam Chair. Hold up. Look over there. I'm gonna get it.
Started on the wrong foot.
On the wrong foot already. Anyway, she's not even grinning. But anyway, under student achievement and success.
You know I can keep it straight.
And I want to bring special attention actually to all 4 of these, and obviously I cannot read it because this particular section this month is highlighted with winners from across the district of various competitions. So please pay special attention to that. But I do want to highlight the virtual spelling bee. This is the first time we've had to do this, and it was held in January. And there's verbiage there, but I just want to spotlight the first place winner, Malachi Brock, who's a 4th grade student at Porterdale Elementary School. Second place, Ayana Black, who's a 5th grade student at Live Oak Elementary School. And third place winner, Aiden Jarvis, who is a 4th grade student at South Salem Elementary School. Under high quality workforce, new elementary school teachers to NCSS for this school year met online January 21st. During this time, the new teachers worked with Kelly Guglietta, who is our behavior specialist, to learn strategies for behavior management in the classroom. Ms. Guglietta shared strategies to help identify what triggers certain behaviors, as well as strategies to help support students. Under culture, climate, and communication, Ms. Davis, the NCSS Public Relations Department recently earned 7 statewide awards of excellence from the Georgia School Public Relations Association. These awards include 3 gold awards for the We Are NCSS magazine, the NCSS annual report, and an article entitled Remembering Almond Turner. Personnel also won 2 silver awards of excellence in writing and 2 bronze awards of excellence in writing. And finally, under organizational and operational effectiveness, the pupil transportation department continues to play an integral part of the food distribution program. Team members currently deliver meals to students on bus routes, as well as providing meal distribution opportunities at business and community sites throughout the county. And that is the strategic plan report.
Great, thank you. Any questions from the board members?
Madam Chair, just a point of clarification. With the spelling bee, they were tied for second place.
Second place, okay, I thought that was a typographical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Aiden Jarvis was also a second
Second
place
place
winner.
winner, okay, thank you.
That's awesome, thank you. All right, then moving on to our enrollment report.
Our current enrollment as of February 4th, 2021 is 18,759 students, which is a decrease of 658 students from this time last year.
All right, any questions? If not, we will move on to our presentation from College and Career Academy.
Exactly. I wanted to introduce this. This is, of course, National CTAE Month, and we thought this was a befitting time to spotlight this particular program. I was so excited on one hand when I found out about this. I said something to Miss Tiffany Merriweather, who's an integral part of this work, because she had written yet another grant that we were awarded. She's very, very good. She's not here tonight, but I wanted to take that opportunity to spotlight her. But there was a funding opportunity for us to create a farm. And I immediately thought, of course, of Mr. Johnson when I came to Ms. Fury and asked if we could have the ag teachers to come and spotlight this program this month. I am, of course, my background, of course, is as an academic teacher, but they in CTAE weave academics with also practical skills, and this is just a stunning example of what we're now able to provide to our children with a working farm here in the school district. So I'm going to ask Dr. Tim Schmidt to come forward. He's our director of CTAE. I know Mr. Walker, who is the principal at the Career Academy, is also here. And I had the opportunity, I was so excited about this, so I asked Dr. Schmidt, I wanted to have a Zoom meeting with the teachers just to let them know how excited we are about this particular program, and they were gracious enough to do that. And then I asked Ms. Fury if we could come and do a presentation, and she, of course, said yes. And so I'm going to turn it over now to Dr. Schmidt and his team.
And because Mr. Roundtree was so gracious to invite us, we're going to set up some animals out in the parking lot for him tomorrow to experience agriculture up close and personal and blend the academics with the real world. I'm joking, although we can make that happen, Mr. Roundtree. If you'd like. I'm just going to say thank you for supporting CTAE with CTA Month this month. It gives me a good chance to thank you. You've always been supportive of what we do in career and technical education. And so I'm going to introduce really the stars of this presentation, our ag teachers at Newton College and Career Academy. And so we've got Dr. Marcus Pollard, Ms. Cecily Gunter, and Mr. Andrew Pollard, who make up the three ag teachers at the Career Academy. And they've got a short presentation to kind of highlight what we did. And again, also thank you to Mr. Walker for all the support and the partnership that we have between the district office and the Career Academy is certainly important. But again, thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to them.
All right, thank y'all for having us. Real quick, some slides to help follow along. The origin of this idea to complete this grant, I was supported by administration. Thank you, Dr. Schmidt, Walker, to attend the National Association for Agricultural Educators in Region 5 Conference in summer of 2019. It was in Charleston, and there was a school that we toured that had applied for and won this grant. And essentially they bought a tractor and a bunch of dirt, and I was like, we can do a lot more than that, and then a tractor and a bunch of dirt. So I was kind of intrigued by that. Yeah. So Ms. Gunner and I spent a couple months writing this grant, farming in school, agricultural fall, submitted in December of 2019, as Mr. Roundtree said, to help Meriwether navigate submitting a federal grant. And then the school in Charleston. He told me, it took me 3 years. We applied, and then we finally won it. So, don't be discouraged. Well, our first year we won. And so we were awarded in June of 2020. We were awarded $99,972. Our limit was $100,000. So we kind of pushed it as far as we could. And then they asked for in-kind donation, and we already have that. Community support that we have, we're able to write off the soil was given to us from Old Castle and trees from Arbor Equity, all this stuff. So we've already got that. And so, yeah, kind of nice.
So the way that we wrote this grant out, we did four main objectives for it. Those four main objectives we'll talk about a little bit, but they were creating a variety of agricultural awareness opportunities for students, not just at the academy, but at any of the schools in the county. To create a crop and livestock farm on the campus of the Career Academy. To link science, technology, engineering, and math. To common practices, to do some cross-curricular work in using innovative farming tools and equipment in that process. And then creating safe and healthy food options on the campus of the Career Academy that would eventually ideally be available in all of the schools in County.
And so we're going to cover the main ideas. It's $100,000 grant, so there's a lot to it, but I think we have 6 minutes remaining. So, the first objective, agricultural awareness, basically the kids bought equipment to run a podcast. That was a lot of excitement. Kids try to have podcasts on different agricultural topics. And then, we already do this, but kind of enhancing what we already do. And that was kind of the purpose of the grant. So the guy bought a tractor and a bunch of dirt. We didn't really want to do new, we just wanted to do things that we do a lot better. And that was kind of approach. So hosting the day camps like we've done, and then we played around in the past with hosting field trips to elementary schools, and we wanted to kind of expand upon that.
Under the growing crops and livestock, we've been able to purchase various implements from the tractor that we're able to teach tractor operation safety, which is a great skill for students to have as they leave our program. We've also been able to purchase a cow care, a ram, and swine equipment to manage commercial herds of production. Students are able to see the entire process of from birth all the way up to farm to table, the whole thing. And then increase the capabilities of the poultry lab for egg production and eventually meat production. And then enhance. We have a fruit orchard that on campus right now from a grant that won or was awarded 2 years ago. A year ago. And so now we're able to enhance that more with blueberries, muscadines, and other fruit trees.
And then the STEM and Ag, pretty good fit for Career Academy. Purchase livestock skills to track the feeding efficiencies for our livestock, and then also kind of silly, but it's true. You can do the same thing with bees. So we have scales, temperature, humidity, sensors to try to track the production of our bees with all the different sensors and what's working and what's not. We have a really cool composting program. We feed all these animals, something else happens after that. So we have this compost pile that we're trying to manage as well. So and then bovine dissociation models. That is the practice of giving birth. So we have a model that students are able to use like a life-size cow, and you can put the calf in all these different situations and scenarios, and the students practice. It's pretty cool.
And then for biosecurity and sanitation, that includes equipment to wash and handle the produce that we're producing from the aquaponics lab that we have on campus, and then upgrading our fencing to secure all the animals on the facility.
Yeah. So really, when this is all said and done, this was written in 2019, pre-COVID. And so all the different schools and organizations that won this grant across the nation, I think there were six in the state of Georgia. They're all kind of facing the same scenario. But opportunities moving forward. We could have food in our cafeterias and classrooms produced by local students. There's school systems across the nation that they raise beef and the beef is served on Taco Tuesday. But it could simply be taste opportunities, strawberries, salad, whatever. Increased partnerships with culinary class at the Career Academy, other CTSOs, and certainly community organizations that we have in our community, like Farm Bureau, Piedmont Cattlemen's, and so on. And then you may be aware of the partnerships with School Nutrition. Their program, they have the Farm School Initiatives. I hear that they have golden route, they want platinum route. So we may be able to help meet their needs there. And then, like I said before, simply doing what we do even better. And in my opinion, we're the best program across the nation. We're in the top 1% of FFA, according to National FFA. We were the outstanding FFA chapter for the National Agricultural Association of Educators. We turned in more proficiencies, which is the individual differentiated instruction projects for students, anybody in the state the past 2 years, probably 3. when you add up all the different grants and donations, we're well over $200,000. Individual student accolades. Dawes Harper, National President, Madison Taylor was recognized as a national champion, Meredith Ford was on People magazine, right underneath the article about the Queen of England. And then other countless jobs, school placements for students that graduated. We could go on and on. So we're pretty proud of what we got going on. I think it's just gonna get better.
And I would second that we do have the best programs in the state and the nation, without a doubt. And the folks who work for us and our teachers, all of the teachers who work in these programs are absolutely outstanding, amazing educators. And I'm just lucky to get around them and listen to them and be able to have a conversation with them. They are just amazing and produce just such an outstandingly well-rounded child prepared for the future. They are the vision makers in our school system as well. So I'm always very grateful to them and love when they get to come over here and sign proclamations, things like that. So thank you all so very much. I know we'll finish up, but I wanted to insert that in there. So.
Thank you. If there are any questions specifically about grants, some of the, any questions we can entertain now.
Anybody have any questions?
Go ahead. I didn't have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to make a comment.
Yes, sir.
That I'm a firm believer in farming activities and enjoy being a farmer. And I noticed when the pandemic came out, they identified certain people in different categories, put the medical in number one. And believe it or not, I've been advertising that farmers should be number two. Because no food, no life, any place. So I appreciate what you're doing. I feel great as to what you demonstrated tonight. And thank you very much for your involvement.
I forget who said what, but there's an old quote that said, burn down our city, you set us back a decade, burn down our farm, you set us back a century.
Absolutely.
And so that resonates with your statement.
I just want to give you guys one more thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And she's so found out before he came here.
Thank you. I think all of ours do. I think we got a good thing going. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. I'm gonna leave this right here.
And I think I said earlier, but I'll Tiffany Merriweather, according to district, was an integral part in helping them to write the grant for this particular fund. She's not here, but I wanted to make sure we recognize her as well.
Moving on to old business. This is for actual next week.
Yes, ma'am.
So then we'll move down to this item A.
Yes, ma'am. And item A, the superintendent recommends the retention with revisions, and the abolishment of certain policies in sections D through G. And as previously stated, these policies will remain under review until the next regular meeting of the Board of Education. As far as details in section D, fiscal management, it's recommended the following policies be retained with revisions, and that's DFC, DIB, DIE, and DK. And the following policies are recommended to be abolished, and that's DCH and DG. And section E, which is business management, changes are recommended to policies EDDA and EEE, and policy EE. It is recommended that it be abolished. And section F, facility expansion program, it is recommended policies FDAB and FHCA be abolished. In Section G, Personnel, it is recommended the following policies be retained with revisions: GAD, GAE, GAN, GBRIG, and it is recommended the following policies be abolished, and it is GAHB, GAK, GBA, GBO, and GCA. And that is item A, Madam Chair.
All right, do our board members have any questions? And these will remain on the table for 30 days, is that correct?
Until the next regular board meeting.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so moving on, if there are no questions, item B.
And item B, the superintendent recommends the Chromebooks and services needed for the school system be purchased from Dell Marketing LP of Round Rock, Texas. The total cost is $2,459,065.60. The school system will utilize the state of Georgia contract to procure the equipment and services. The items and their associated cost are there for your review. Purchasing documentation is included for you to take a look at, as well as the funding sources are outlined. And that is item B. And I believe action is requested on that one this evening.
Yes, action is requested. So, do we have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Henderson Baker and Mr. Trey Bailey. Is there any discussion or questions in regards to item B?
Probably just wanted to know it looks like two funding sources. How much is CARES and how much is from Title I?
The CARES funds totals $2,237,136, and the L4GA grant totals $221,929.
Okay, the bulk of it coming from the CARES
Yes, sir.
dollars. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Madam Chair, I have a question. Going back to a presentation we saw earlier this year by Dr. Thomas with technology and CARES. So does any of this technology equipment have to go to any of those outside sources that was on the report?
No, this is the CARES 2 funds,
Okay,
and the State Department has already allocated funds to the private schools.
okay, thank you.
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. Do we have all in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
All right. Passes. Moving on to item C.
In item C, the superintendent recommends the interactive panels needed for the school system be purchased from Galaxy Next Generation Incorporated of Toccoa, Georgia. Total contract value is $131,459. The items and their cost are there for your review, and the interactive panels would be installed at the following schools: Herd Mixon Elementary School, South Salem Elementary School, and Cousins Middle School. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1 and 4, and the purchase documentation is there for your review, as well as the funding source, which is Title I School Improvement Grants. And that is item C.
Are there any questions? If there are none, we will move on to item D.
In item D, the superintendent recommends the purchase of instructional resources from Scholastic Incorporated of Jefferson City, Missouri. The total cost is $48,602. As details, Scholastic's digital nonfiction and fiction short reads are resources that will enhance teachers' guided reading practices in both virtual and face-to-face environments. Guided reading is a small group instructional practice in which the teacher supports each student's instructional reading level. The short reads resources provide focus questions, writing prompts, and cross-curricular connections at all learning levels. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success. Purchasing documentation is there for your review, as well as the funding sources identified. And that is item D, Madam Chair.
All right. Any questions from our board members? If there are none, we'll move on to item E.
In item E, the superintendent recommends the student agendas needed for the school system be purchased from school date books. The total cost is $58,532.73. School system needs to purchase student agendas for the upcoming 2021-2022 school year. The school system will utilize a contract managed by National Buy Board, a national purchasing cooperative established in part by the National School Boards Association to purchase the agendas. The cost includes delivery to all locations. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1. Contract documentation is provided, as well as the funding sources identified. And that is item E, Madam Chair.
Questions from our board members? If there are none, we will move on to item F.
Yes, ma'am. And item F, the superintendent recommends a contract for diesel fuel and unleaded gasoline be awarded to James River Solutions of Ashland, Virginia. The effective date will be March 1, 2021, with an expiration date of February 28, 2022. Estimated contract value is $600,000. As background, the North Georgia Fuel Cooperative, through its lead procurement agency, issued an annual renewable contract for diesel fuel and unleaded gasoline. The cooperative was formed with the specific purpose of purchasing fuels at high volumes to obtain the best discounts and lowest pricing. The pricing is tied to the Oil Price Information Service, OPIS, same-day contract average gross 10 a.m., the most widely used daily rack price benchmark in the industry. After review, it was determined that the bid submitted by James River Solution offered the lowest overall cost to the school system. Their markup is a negative 0.016 cents per gallon for diesel fuel and a negative 0.023 per gallon for unleaded gasoline. Additionally, the vendor will provide electronic monitoring. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. The cooperative contract is there for your review, and the funding source is outlined as well. And that is item F, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any questions, comments on board members? All right, moving on to item G.
In item G, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy. And that is item G, Madam Chair.
All right, any questions? Moving on to item H.
In item H, the superintendent recommends the approval of personnel matters as discussed in executive session.
All right, we will have to have action on this item, so do we have a motion? To approve? Motion to approve item H. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Anderson Bailey. So motion was made by Trey Bailey and the second was made by Anderson Bailey. All right, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Aye. Vote passes. All right. Other matters of interest? Anyone?
Just a reminder that Monday, February 15th is our midwinter break holiday. So schools will not be open on Monday the 15th. Next day, we are slated to return to in-person instruction. And we'll be sending out some notifications and some emails and other things in the next couple of days. And I just would remind everybody, as a friendly reminder, it is extremely important that every person do their part. I monitor the numbers and I look at the numbers, and while we are on a downward trend, all it will take is people congregating and not wearing their masks, not washing their hands, and not watching their distance, and then those numbers will increase again, and we'll be back in the same situation. So it's extremely important that our community work hard to try to keep those numbers on a downward trajectory. I think the rate of positivity today was, I'm not going to tell you the number, it's in the 7s, and so that's a great news, because the DPH says that moderate is between 5 and 10. So we haven't seen that number in long time. And so we're doing the right things. We just have to continue to do them as we try to bring kids back to school and hopefully not experience intermittent closures due to, the continued pervasive impact of COVID in our community. So thank you for the reminder that we'll be moving towards that end on Tuesday, and then we'll send out notification to parents. I think tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll send something out tomorrow night.
Okay, great. If there's nothing else, then I'll take a motion to adjourn. Okay, Mr. Johnson, Ms. Henderson, Baker, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.